All right. It's it's been the worst day in the history of what we've been doing here. Um, but we thought it's really important that we sort of address what happened and talk about our friend. For anybody who doesn't know, a member of our family, Cody B. Franke, passed away over the weekend. It's still unbelievably fresh for us, but we understand that what we do is very public, and so, like I said, we wanted to get together and just at least try to honor Cody as best we could, talk about him a little bit, and address the situation. I think, just for me, I've been thinking about it a lot for the last several hours. I think it's really, I think it's really easy for a lot of people to talk about being a really good, really nice person, and it's really hard to do it on a day-to-day basis. I think life gets in the way, emotions get in the way, all the difficulties of life get in the way, and yet Cody was the nicest fucking guy all day, every day to every person that he met, and I really love seeing all that information come out, and uh, and I feel horrible for his family, for his loved ones, um, and we're thinking about you big time, and again, we talk about him for a few minutes, but I'm just going to miss the hell out of beef, and I just want to say that I truly don't believe I ever met somebody who was as universally liked, and I'm going to miss the shit out of him.
Um, yeah, man, it's just like it's just a really tough day. Just like hard to believe. You wake up and phone calls start happening and text messages start happening, and it's a whirlwind, man. And it's you know we brought beef came on like about a year ago or so, and you don't know what you're gonna get when you just hire somebody that you don't have a ton of contact with, and then he was honest the best. I would see him on all these trips that we would go. He's a friend of mine. Like he's a friend of all of ours. Like you just get really close with a guy who's that open, who's that friendly, who's that great, genuinely great. And I do see a lot of that going around today, and people saying that about him, and it's true. It's as true as it's ever been. He was a great guy and just like the best guy to hang around with. And today I'm just really thinking about his family and how devastating this whole thing is. It's just, man, it's been a really fucking shitty day. Really bad.
Yeah,
Really bad.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's a unimaginable loss. He he really was such a good dude. Like, and it's really hard to wrap your head around this is real. His family losing a family member of that magnitude, someone that has that big of a personality and is that has such an important role. Speaking with his father and mother and brother today was not easy. They lost a son. They've lost a brother. I mean, I can't even imagine like outliving like your son is like unimaginable. He brings someone into this life and this world, and you try and care for them, and like for something like this to happen out of nowhere to them is like it's not fair to anybody. It's not fair to beef. It's not fair to the family. So I can't even imagine what they're going through, and it sucks. It's just like he doesn't deserve this. Nobody deserves this, but he genuinely, man, would live every single day of his life as if it was his role to bring joy to people, whether it was like he knew a stat or he knew a fact or like he was genuinely like happy to teach you about the golf swing, and like professional golf made him so happy teaching and the game, and just like the joy that the game brought to other people brought joy to him. And this was his life. And I sat around all day today thinking about like where he's kind of come from, and he was a teaching pro at all these different golf courses and made all these amazing connections across the whole entire country. Everyone that has ever crossed paths with him loved him. The messages we received today have been off the charts, just overwhelming. And then we just like inserted him into this world, and there was a part of me being like, did we even have to bring him into this world? Like, what was that about? Like, maybe he was just living a good life. And then you think about like the year that he had, and watching how much joy he had doing what we were doing, and traveling the country and going to all the Barstool Classics and meeting people that love this game. It brought him so much joy. Like, Cody had the best year of his life. And for this to happen is like, it's so gut wrenching, and it's so fragile. This world and this life that we live is so fragile. You could be on top of the world, and the next day it could just all get taken away from you, and same for your family members, whatever. And it's just such a reminder, like, you have to take every single day as if it is your last. And I genuinely feel like he lived his life like that. Like, he was always going to make an impact, no matter what, no matter how he felt, no matter what was going on in his world, in the world in general. He was going to make a positive impact on the world. He knew that putting out good energy would receive good energy. And I'm gonna miss the shit out of him. I'm happy that we got a chance to meet him and become friends with him, and he was a part of our family, and he always will be a part of our family. My prayers and my love go to his family members. I can't imagine what they're going through. And yeah, thank you to everyone that's reached out. I mean, it's been a really bad day, and I'm my life is better that Cody Franke was a part of it. And I'll always remember him. I'll always hear his voice. I'll always hold him with me. So yeah, that's really all I got.
Just an incredibly generous guy. I know a lot of people are putting out their stories, but he, in order to keep his PGA teaching professional membership, he went through the process of getting the simulator at the Barstool Chicago office listed as like an official location. And then he would teach people in the office. Sure, occasionally you might see part of it for content, but he would stay at the office from 11 at night, midnight, 1 in the morning with people, just working on their golf swings with them. Just the most weekend average golfer folks that are in the Barstool universe that play maybe a couple rounds a year, and just grinding with them to try to get their swings better. And there's videos of him showing them with the phone, here's where you're at. You need to move this, you need to tweak that. And not doing that just for any sort of gratification other than just he liked to help people. And golf was the biggest outlet that he had to help people. He was obsessed with the game. The only Barstool Classic he missed the whole year is because he went down to the PGA of America headquarters and he was working with kids. And there's all kinds of videos coming out of him trying to help kids. I never met a guy in my life who just tipped people cash tips all the time. Everything that we did, every cart that we ever got out of, he would hand cash to people. If he thought the Uber driver made like a really nice turn, he'd hand him like $20. I'd be like, Beef, you can cash tip, or you could tip on the app. He'd be like, it's not the same, Riggsy. It's not the same. And he just was always tipping people and always appreciating people for their service, for anything that they were doing. And that always meant the world to me. So I think Frankie put it great. I'm better off having been able to be friends with Beef. And I just think that if everybody had a little bit more Cody, Beef, Frankie in them, that the world would be a much, much better place. And it has been just a really hard day to lose somebody like that. It really has.
Yeah, and I think, we travel all over the country, Barstool Classic, shooting videos. We meet a lot of people, and it was astounding to me the amount of people that I would run into who knew Cody, who knew Beef, and like he had a whole life before he joined us, obviously, but he brought joy to so many people's lives, and just loved the game of golf. Like, that's being a genuinely nice person and having passion and loving what you do and spreading it to other people is an incredible legacy to have. And he has that. He absolutely has that, because again, I run into people all the time, and I have run into people all the time who are just like, oh yeah, look at this video that Beef sent me, and it's just him in an Instagram DM talking about somebody's swing, and he just touched so many lives that he just 31, man. That's like just way, 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 way too soon, and it's fuck. I'm gonna really, really miss him. I really am.
It's just not enough time for him, you know.
No.
It's just not enough time. Yeah, he's gonna live on through all that he did, and he did a lot in his 31 years. I mean, he really did. He made an impact on a lot of people, and that's showing today, and that will show for a long time. And yeah, we're gonna keep things going. That Internet Invitational, I know people probably saw that we pushed it with Bob Does Sports today, obviously, due to the news and everything that's going on. We're gonna post those videos. We spoke with his family. They want people to see what he did for a living and how much he enjoyed it and how much joy he brought to other people. And that resonates in this video series that's coming out. They don't want to hide that. They want to celebrate it. If this is what he did and this is what he loved to do, they want to watch it. They want to watch everything that he loved and that he had a passion for. And that really hit me hard today. Like hearing them say that, and they know how much this all meant to him. And so, you know, I think it's going to be a pretty emotional watch. That's for sure.
Yep.
Just know that like this is he did what he was doing what he loved to do, and that's really all you can ask for. We get one crack at this life, and a lot of people don't figure it out. And Cody figured it all out. Like, he figured out how to be a good person. He figured out how to be a good family member. He figured out how to be a good colleague. He knew more than I'll ever know. It just came easy to him. It came natural to him. It's similar to what you said about the tipping. He taught me a little trick of throwing $20 on the cart, like where you put the scorecard, and you just send the cart down to where the cart yard is, and it's going to make someone's day. And I was like, well, can't you give it to the guy cleaning the clubs? He's like, well, this is a little extra. Let's send it into the yard and someone will find it. It's like a little Easter egg. He did that at every single golf course he went to. This is hard to believe. Like, we're not just saying this because it's the nice thing to say after someone passes. Like, this is, you could have caught us if you said, let's do a nice hour on Cody, you know, a week ago. We would have been like saying the same exact stuff. This guy really made this kind of impact on us. That's why we hired him, and that is why he was in the Barstool office. And a lot of people that we've brought into the mix, and at all these different brands, when you bring someone in that hasn't been at Barstool for a while, sometimes you don't know how it's going to mesh. And he was completely immersed in the Barstool world. He was a Barstool guy. He was at the office. He was going on the camp trips with them for all these different types of content. And he was the guy that everyone gravitated around. He was telling jokes, one-liners, sitting around the fire. He was the one getting the conversation going. It's Biz and Wit and Yans today on Spit and Chicklets said that Barstool is a family, and it is. Like, we are a family. I'm celebrating 9 years here. You guys have been here for longer than 10 years. This is all I know of my quote unquote adult life, and you know, we are a tight knit group, and we do all this together. We win and we lose together, and Beef was a part of that. More than anyone possibly could have been. He was our blood. He was in our pack, man. And he's gonna be a part of us forever. And that's, you know, I'll never forget him, and hopefully we can keep his legacy going, because he deserves it. People deserve to have more, you know, as much Cody in their life as we did. So we'll do everything we can to keep that going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm like selfishly excited to watch these videos. You know, you're only out there with a few of the people at a time, and so you don't know what Beef's doing or how he's interacting with folks. But I know I got texts from so many people that were at the Internet Invitational, that played in the Internet Invitational today, that just were like, no way, man. Like, that guy was the nicest guy. That was the first time I had met him. I was so devastated that he's gone, and he was able to have that impact on all those folks who are big personalities, big successful personalities in what we do. And so I'm honestly excited to see and I know it's going to be insanely emotional as kind of all those videos roll out. But I do, all of his close loved ones, all of his family, we're thinking about you so hard right now. It's been such an emotional day, as folks can tell, and he will be a part of our family forever, honestly, forever. And I'm I think we're all lucky that we found him, that he did join our pack, and he made us way better. And we're gonna have some shoes to fill now that he's gone. But I appreciate all the outpouring of love and support, the amount of positive things that people have said about Beef, the amount of people that have responded and just said this hit me so hard, is how I felt as well. And so yeah, I think that's pretty much it from our end. Thank you, everybody, for listening, for this, and following along this entire journey, and giving us this platform. And Cody was a big part of us being able to build that platform. So we're gonna miss him a lot, and that's all I got.